Hey James, how are you doing?
How you doing, man?
Very well, thanks so much for your time.
You too, man. Dude, how do you say Carmine or Carmine? I grew up, my best
Car-
friend's name's Carmine.
yes,
I'm just
Carmine is
curious.
perfectly right. Yeah,
Okay,
that's perfect. Thank
cool,
you.
man. Cool. How's it going, man?
So, very well. Thanks so much for your time. Seriously, it's very exciting to talk to you
Thank you,
about
man.
the Forever Purge. And I mean, the entire franchise has always been about anger and releasing anger. So I was wondering, because sometimes we can become very angry for silly stuff. For example, your computer doesn't work and you just break it. What we usually regret afterwards. So I
Yes.
was wondering, whenever you are angry because something doesn't work on set like you want, something doesn't work about the script you want, how do you make sure you calm yourself down before you become the destroyer of your own work?
That's a great question. What's interesting is I beat myself. I don't yell at it. I'm not a yeller, but I yell at
Correct.
myself internally. So I go into my trailer and I kind of like calm down in the trailer. If I have a trailer, sometimes we don't have a trailer, depending on what budget we're shooting at. How do I calm myself down? You know what I do? I throw rocks. It's a weird thing I do. I pick up rocks and I throw them at things.
All
Not
right.
hard. Just like casually throw rocks is my con. And then I have an amazing producer, Sebastian Lemercier, who's my partner in my production company. And he has, when I get crazy, he calms me down. So he's a great calming influence.
Oh,
So I
that's
have
amazing.
that. I got, yeah. And my wife's good. I'll call her. She'll calm me down. So I have various people who can keep me in check. But because I'm often out of check. I'm often going bananas. But that's a good question, man. I never heard that. That's a good one.
Okay, but you never had to punch your computer because Final Draft died while you
Dude,
were
I've
fighting
lost
with
all.
Turtle.
That's I tell. Listen, yes, I've lost pages on some old computers, but now what I do now is I back up everything immediately, so I can't. If that ever happens again, you're right. I'm about to throw my computer somewhere. Yeah, yeah.
Just
I
happens.
have a heavy bag in my gym. I have a heavy bag. I hit the heavy bag quite
Right, that's great.
often.
So, James, what's also very interesting is that in this movie, you perfectly showed that when you allow people to do certain things, it can become an addiction. I was wondering because you were so successful with the Purge franchise, and I was wondering if you ever actually thought that success can become a form of addiction as well.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right, man. And not to get too philosophical and personal, but yeah, I think that you have to check yourself to say, why am I, even with the Purge franchise, I constantly have to say, am I continuing it because it's a success, or am I
Mhm.
continuing it because I'm creatively inspired?
Right.
Those are two different things. You're absolutely right. You know, you can stay with something just because, hey, I'm making money and it
Mhm.
feels great and my ego is being stroked because I have a success. But I try to always say, okay, I'll only continue the franchise if I wake up and have a really good idea for it, something that inspires me. And I've learned something about myself. I actually can't write something unless I'm creatively inspired. So, but it's a really good question because I think people can become addicted to almost anything, including success. Yeah,
Right. Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
absolutely.
And and you know what I love is you said that Jason Blum and you are as naive about filmmaking like you were like in the 90s. And I was wondering, because being a naive person myself, I was wondering if you ever actually thought that being naive is something negative or something that stands in your way, or if it was something that actually motivated you.
Dude, I think being naive, I always say this, was actually probably the only reason I entered into the film business, because I think I had such a naivete as to how hard it was, that if I truly knew how hard it was, I knew no one, I had no contacts, being this kid from Staten Island, New York, Brooklyn, New York. If I knew the how hard it was to enter, if I knew the parameters to
Yeah.
getting into it, I don't think I would have went in. I might not have. Meaning oh, I could do this. I could be a filmmaker. I could direct movies.
Yeah.
If someone truly, so it's naive is actually a good thing, because maybe knowing the truth is bad. So sometimes not knowing is a very, very good thing. It keeps you going.
Okay, great. We agree on that.
Yes, yes, we do, definitely.
James, my last question to you would be like, if there was, throughout the years, if there is, a reality about the film business that you kind of had to accept.
Is there a reality to the film that I've had to accept? Oh God, dude, these are really interesting questions. The
Okay.
reality that I'm having trouble accepting right now is that movies I love, I might not be able to see in theaters. That's not really answering your questions, but I'm having trouble accepting that in the
Mhm.
future of our business, many great films might not be available to be watched in movie theaters is a really hard thing for me to accept right now.
Same.
Yeah. So I that's kind of a reverse answer, I think, man. But that's what
That's a
comes
good
to
one.
mind. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah,
That's a hard thing as we go into the future. Kind of seeing stuff that's
absolutely.
going to just be on streamers. That's hard. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Totally agree with that.
Yeah.
James, thank you so much for your time
Thank
today.
you.
It's a pleasure talking to you. All the
Thank you,
best for
sir.
forever Purge, and see you soon.
See you soon. Thank you, Carmine.